just wanted to let you know I did my first video on TikTok. I decided to come just a few minutes earlier because I wanted to tell you I just dropped the StreamYard link. We raised the goal for me to do another live today, and this live is for you. So everybody voted, and they voted to have a panel type of live versus the telephone calls. So we're going to be setting up. Oh, thank you, Holly. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Hi, everyone that's coming in. Let me just go through here real quick. Say hi to everyone. We've got, oh, good gracious, it's not wanting to go up on me. Did I lose my camera? What is going on here? Give me just a second while I get my camera back on. There we go. Hold on a second. Let me turn that off. Where's my, I don't know why it keeps kicking my freaking, why it keeps kicking my web camera. It's starting to really upset me. Let me set my virtual background again. Well, let me set it again. Hopefully that works. I don't know if it works or not. Okay, we should be back. I got my camera, my right camera working again. I don't know why it does that. It's driving me nuts. Anyways, it's nice to see you, Melanie. It's nice to see you, Phil, B, Betty, Stacy. It's good to see you, Crazy Cat Lady, Truth in Time, Kendra, Detective Whiskers. Hello, my loves. Dawn, Stephanie, Donna. Hello, MC. It's nice to see you. Melanie, Just My Girls is up in the house. The Real Me Too. Houston, it's nice to see you. Who else do we have? Denise, good afternoon. Mickey Shell. Stacy. Oma, Phil. Donna, be great. It's great to have you. Brown-Eyed Girl, Women's Warrior. Maria, it's nice to see you. Grace upon Grace. Me and you, good afternoon, good evening. Jen, it's nice to see you. Iowa Girl, hello, hello, hello. Prayer Warrior, good gracious, I can't speak this afternoon. B Betty fan, Bullhorn Betty is present. Reality wins, hello. Jana, Linda, hello, hello, hello. Amanda, Vicky, Holly, it's nice to see you. Lori, Reba, Lisa, be always lovely to see you. Crystal Pistol, West Virginia Holla Girl. If you received your gifted Bullhorn Betty membership from Holly, please don't forget to tell Holly thank you and welcome to this crazy crew we call the Coffee Club. Caroline, it's nice to see you. Who done it? I don't know. We're going to find out. Susan, Jenny, it's nice to see you. Janet, Shining Star, Feel the Love, nice to see you, my love. JH, Nanette, Belinda, it's nice to see you as well. Olive, hello, hello, hello. Debbie, Princess Gaga, Danielle, NCK, it's nice to see you. Silent One, Barbosa, it's nice to see you, my love. Dee's Mystery Obsessed. Hello, hello, hello. Lorraine, it's nice to see you. Bobby. Pink Butterfly. Hello, my love. Bear, it's nice to see you. God's Girl, it's nice to see you. Maddie, hey, hey, hey. Jenny, Busy Mama. Girl Mom, it's nice to see you. Zipper, hello. Kimberly, it's nice to have you. Cheyenne. Ingrid, Janet. Who else? SRK, it's nice to see you, my love. SRK, it's nice to see you. Oakley, it's nice to see you. True Crime Addict. Oh, let me get that. I forgot to turn that off. Sorry about that. If I don't get it, it won't turn off by itself. I put another batch in the oven. I got to tell you, I had a great supper. I had a great supper. Chicken and biscuits. It was what I felt like making, and it's what I made. All right, guys. So I'm going to put the link in the chat. You guys wanted to have a panel style show today. So I will tell you, when you sign in, it's going to ask you if you want to put your name on there. You can put whatever name you would like people to see. You have the opportunity, if you don't want people to see your face, you have the opportunity to turn off your camera. If you guys have never, hey, PayPal, it's nice to see you. So I do not just bring people to the page. If you would like to come up, you've got choices, one of two things. You will have to show your face before I bring you up. I will tell you, I will call you by whatever name you have on your panel, or whatever you have under your name, your face or your block here. And I'll tell you to turn on your camera. Nobody will see you. If you're shy and you don't want to be, you like the box figure on there, the emoji, you're more than welcome to keep it. You don't have to show your face. I know that's been always a problem for some people, and it's not a problem for me. You can turn that off. I just need to make sure that you are that you are a human being. Right? Occasionally, you guys will see me put something like this over. Oops, let me get up here. You'll see me put something like this over the screen. That is just so I can make sure that the person is coming up on the screen without a problem, and try to limit anything. This is the Bullhorn Betty channel. I hope that people can act their age, but it doesn't always happen that way. So we take extra precautions. Your only rule is to be respectful to the people on chat, the people in chat, and the people on panel. You can say a lot about me. I really don't care for the haters and stuff like that. This is my channel. If you can't follow the simple rules and act like an adult, we escort you right out. I am not, a free-for-all here. We don't set it up like that. So please just everybody be respectful so we can have an intelligent conversation about the Sebastian Rogers case while people express their opinions and their theories and speculation related to the case. This is the StreamYard link. So if you guys would like to come up, we're going to be discussing the Sebastian Rogers case. We don't have any specific topic that we are going to discuss, but we are going to be here until 6:30 to let whoever would like to come up here to come up here. And Grace Upon Grace gifted 5 Bullhorn Betty memberships. If you received your membership from Grace Upon Grace, please don't forget to tell her thank you. And welcome to this crazy crew we call the Coffee Club. I sent an email with a video attached. It's only like 30-second long. Wasn't sure if you had seen it. I have not seen it. I've been working behind the scenes. No, I think it's this one. We also have a few things that are going on. Oh, I did see that. Thank you. Thank you. We did have some starred comments in here that I thought were pretty interesting. And these are comments that people, oh, thank you. Okay, Reality Wins. I'm going to go ahead and bring you up. Did you? Okay. Hello, my love.
Hi there. How you doing, Betty?
I am doing well. Look at you. I love it. I love your hair. You got a beautiful smile. Thank you, Deanna. I'm going to bring you up in just a second. So this is my first time I get to see you, Reality. So what do you have to say here?
We need to find Sebastian Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
Let me take my camera off for a second.
Sure. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. There you go. And I'm going to go ahead and bring Deanna up. Deanna, you can keep your camera on or you can turn it off. It's up to you, but I'm bringing you up now. Okay, there you are. Hi Deanna.
Hi.
Hi, Deanna.
We've spoken on the phone.
Yes. So what? Let me get back to Reality Wins, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Go ahead, Reality.
So, I have questions about the flyer and how they said that he was last seen on the 26th. How do they
Good
know that he
talking
was seen on
point.
the 26th?
Yeah, I'm going to let you go ahead and take the floor, and you talk about the flyer and what your theories are and what your thought process is behind that.
Well, it stated that he was seen on the 26th. How's that possible when KP never even checked on him on that night? She did say that she heard a thud, but she never went in and checked on him. So how
That's
does
a
she
good point.
know when he left? She didn't see him apparently. So
I agree
where are
with
they?
you. And there's 3 different federal reports. We have the TBI flyer, we have the Sumner County flyer, and then we have the NamUs flyer. And do you know all 3 of them have different information?
Right. Great point too.
Yep. Deanna, what do you think about the 26th, the 25th and 26th?
I'm just wondering if the 26th has something to do with the 3 a.m. lights.
Video.
Yeah.
And
It's
so they've
possible.
never, yeah, and they would have kept that because they did kind of deceive us about the trash trucks, I guess. And then for them to be deceptive about, having him on camera being guided or left out of the house, that could probably explain it.
Yeah, and Chris had mentioned that the 26th.
Hold on just a second. Plastic Gut, can you show your face so I can bring you up? Hello? Okay. Well, we'll kick them for right now. If they come back up and don't go in, I'm going to have to ban them. All right, go ahead, ladies.
Yeah, it's just concerning because the fact of the matter, also his clothing too is different on each one of those. It seems like.
Yeah, and you know what? I said something in a video. I don't know what to think about the clothing. I really don't. Because we know he didn't have shoes. We know that law enforcement has the clothes he was seen at Texas Roadhouse in.
Hmm.
How can she not know what shirt at minimum that he was wearing? I'm going to go to reality and then Deanna.
Okay.
Well, he went to bed. He could have changed when he went in his room, though, right? So he could have been in something completely different.
Right.
And how does she know what he was really wearing, though? Because she never even checked on him.
Well, wouldn't you be able to deduct what possibly, do you know what all clothes your kids have? I mean, my mom was, I don't know, maybe my mom was just different because she always seemed to know when something was amiss.
Oh, yeah, I knew. As a mother, I knew.
Yeah, I knew too. For my 2 boys, been a long time ago. They're Betty's age. For crying out loud, I'm old.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew because I bought their clothes. So if something was
Right.
missing, I'd know.
Right. So I
She,
guess that is my question. Okay, Shirley, I got you. I'm going to pull you up on stage now.
she knew his shoes, though, remember? She can account for his shoes, no problem.
Oh, you're going to have to hold on just a second. I'm sorry. Shirley, you're going to have to turn me off in the background. Go ahead. All right. Let me see if I can bring her up. Shirley, you're going to have to turn me off in the background.
Okay, yeah, try it.
Oh, let me just, she'll have to, I'll check her in just a second. But, and that's always been resonating with me because when it always comes to the clothes and we're still here, like I don't know. I think what my problem is, and I'll have to talk to you guys about this, but, after 10 months, if you didn't know what he was wearing, wouldn't you literally take out everything from all of the racks, all of the drawers, everything, and go through it until you found out what specific shirt your son was wearing? I mean, I just don't see myself not doing something like that if I just didn't know.
Right. Nope.
I agree.
All right, Shirley, I think you're okay. I can still hear everything in the background. All right, hold on, Shirley. I'm sorry, I had to kick you because, unfortunately, I can't hear you over all the talk. So we'll just keep it us three for right now until somebody gets in the back chat. So what is one of the biggest problems? I'm gonna go to you, Deanna. What is one of the biggest problems that has really bothered you in this case?
I think the fact that the Proudfoots have not put forth more effort, more information, more alibis for what could have possibly happened to Sebastian. We obviously know that he didn't run off on his own. So that's my biggest concern.
Same question to you, Reality. What do you think? What just doesn't sit right with you in the pit of your stomach? We have a lot of things to pick from. What's the one thing that really resonates or bothers you the most?
The vagueness, but yet the stories keep changing, and then CP's attitude all the time. He's always trying to run with his narrative, so to speak, in my opinion.
And the anger, and not only that, but people are out there trying to find Sebastian.
Right.
People that are just getting involved in this case that want to start from ground zero and just work their way out, just like any situation. But it's the threats. I think the problem I'm having, because it's just now coming up, I took a little bit to review X today to see if there was anything going on that we needed to know about, any new updated information. And I'm seeing this whole slew of death threats on social media in the public. And I feel weird because it's like you're asking for people to help find the child, but threatening them for trying to help find the child.
Yeah. And then they're not out there looking for him either. That's really bothersome. My son did actually go, well, he was kidnapped, so to speak. And I couldn't think, I couldn't eat. I was like frantic. The police were always in contact with me. I was always out asking anybody if they seen anything, heard anything, keep me updated. And about 72 hours later, find out that he was kidnapped by a 14-year-old when he was 14.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she took her uncle's vehicle and credit card and kidnapped him. But I knew how that felt, and it was not fun. And I don't see that from them, especially from KP.
What would be, let me ask you, let me opine on that just a little bit. So you had a child that had disappeared. What did you do initially? Say, okay, your child is missing. I'm sure you're probably going through I don't want to put things in your mouth. Take me through the moments that you found out your child was missing and law enforcement.
I called all his friends first, and then after we couldn't find out what was going on, then I called the police. And they got involved immediately.
And when the police arrived at your house, kind of walk us through kind of what they asked you. Just if you can go back to that moment and relive everything and just explain, kind of walk us through what you can remember from when the initial officer came to your house, what questions they've asked you, and go down
They ask you a slew of questions. I wasn't with the kid's father at the time, so they asked a lot about him, if maybe he came and took him and abducted him, and that wasn't the case. So after finding out that his friend was also missing, then we started working all around where his friend's family was at, and apparently they were down in the Phoenix area of Arizona. So the police contacted down there to see if they could get a hold of that side of the family to see if they had made it down that way. But the questions that they asked all pertain to what he was wearing, and I didn't know because I just came home from work.
Mm-hmm.
And he was supposed to be in bed, and he wasn't in bed. And of course, you panic. It's automatic sheer panic. I go
So while
knocking
you
on
were there and
everybody's
law enforcement
door.
was asking you questions, and I didn't mean to interrupt you, but were you also calling family and friends? Like, how was that, those moments?
Yeah.
Were they chaotic?
Yes, and I wasn't by my family. Where we lived, we didn't have family close. And it was only one officer that came at first, and he asked me a bunch of questions.
Gotcha.
You know,
All right, give
and he
me
even
just
asked me if I was he even asked me if I was arguing with my son or anything like that, and I said no. My son and I were on good terms.
and he just wanted to do something and just didn't tell you, and he just took off.
No, he was kidnapped. The 14-year-old
Oh,
old came and took him while I was at work.
oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Now, Deanna, I'm going to go to you. I'll let you say something. I'm going to get to SW just to say hi to her. So go ahead. Do you have any experiences of missing child, of your own missing child, like an experience that you could walk us through, or maybe a family or friend?
Yes, my oldest son went missing along with my brand new conversion van that had been bought 2 days before.
Oh,
Ooh.
So long story short, my son was in with the wrong crowd, and him and his friend decided that they were going to steal our conversion van and go to North Carolina. They took two 14-year-old girls with them. We called the police.
I'm
And
laughing, but not laughing because the two girls with them. It's like, yeah, if you're gonna run away, boys and girls. I don't know.
wasn't
Sorry.
even their girlfriends. Just
Wasn't okay.
no. I don't know
Kind
how
of
we found
similar.
out. I don't know how we found out it was North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
But the police contacted North Carolina, and North Carolina has a law that you cannot report a runaway. I can't remember if my son was 15 or 16, unless we reported the van stolen. So then that's what we did. And my ex-husband and I and the other boy's parents took off for North Carolina.
Mm.
And evidently, because we reported the van stolen, a whole bunch of police officers, I mean, like SWAT, pulled over the van and had the pew-pews drawn on the vehicle. Get out of the vehicle.
Yeah.
My son said he about soiled his pants.
Oh, I bet.
So, of course, we didn't press charges. We got the van back. We got our son back. He was a stinker when he was a teenager.
Yeah. I took my mom's car for a joyride, but it was usually just around the block or, not too, I never drifted too far away. Definitely wasn't going on a road trip.
I cracked the head out of my mom's car.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Yeah. I didn't do that.
I was following boys, and they were drag racing out in the country, and I didn't know I was supposed to put oil in a car. They
Oh.
don't teach that in driver's ed.
Yeah.
Well, see that what happened with my son. They ran out of gas, and he went
Mhm.
into a motel, and the desk clerk felt that there was something off, and she started asking him questions, and then he told her what was going on, and that's how the police got in contact with me too. That's how I got my son back.
Gotcha. Let me introduce SW. SW, it's nice to see you. How are you doing? And what do you think about this crazy case?
I don't even know what to think anymore. Hi, reality, by the way. I- I'm listening to all their stories, and I did have a daughter who we had a big raging fight. She was 15 or 16, and she ran away. And I knew the home she went to, and I still couldn't get that mother to relinquish my child. So I ended up calling the police. It was a day or two later, and I called the police and sent them over there. And they were so incredibly helpful to bring my kid back. I stood down the street and watched him throw her against the front of the car and cuff her and tell her Julie was her next stop, and that she was lucky that she had a mother who cared enough about her to not want her hanging out with the wrong crowd.
Right.
So I got her home, and she told me years later, she said, "Mother, that scared the daylights out of me." That was enough. Scared straight. I was like, okay, good. Then it worked.
Yeah, that put a plug in my craziness with the cars when I pulled back up and I saw my mom's house, and she was supposed to be asleep, and there was cops out front. I freaked out.
Yep. So, I mean, I can't imagine going through what any of these parents are going through, but my heart breaks mostly for Seth.
Yeah.
But
Amen.
if he is in fact missing for no apparent reason and not the suspicions I have, someone's going to be in the world of hurt. Well, I think Katie's response was off for him just missing. I would have lost my ish.
Yeah.
Same.
I would have been. Oh,
Sorry. Yeah, Shirley hasn't figured out how to get the background. I think it's running in her background. She's on the link, and she's got us running in the background, and I don't think she can figure it out. But I put her up here unless she can. We'll check on her in just a second. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
So basically, in my opinion, this is my opinion, allegedly, in my opinion.
Oh, hold on, Shirley. Oh, I don't want to be on hold. Yeah, she's got the feedback. I'm sorry, guys. Go ahead.
That hurt my ears.
I know. She's. I think it's just the way she's hitting the link on her phone. I think it's running like the show's running on YouTube behind the scenes while she is on the.
Oh, maybe it's a desktop thing versus a phone.
Yeah, she's got it open and it's just blaring through. But anyways, go ahead. Sorry about that.
So this is 100% my opinion and has nothing to do with the Bullhorn Betty show.
Thank you for the disclaimer.
Did I cover my? Okay. Did I cover
Let's
you?
hope so. It's starting to be cover your own ass on this platform anymore.
Sorry, but
Yep.
I know that there are a few that agree with me on this. I still, to this moment, believe that this was a planned abduction. Compliments of mother and or step or the family, and I'm hoping that he is in a safe place. And I was hoping originally that it was a school, maybe even an endangered kid place or something. But I'm losing my faith because I know that a lot of schools have been checked across the United States by various people.
Mm-hmm.
And if he was in a school, there's no way a school would take that risk, to hold him.
Mm-mm.
So I'm not sure where he is, but my gut still says he's alive and this was planned. And if it was not planned out, then something very bad happened that night between him and Katie.
Yeah. Yeah, I just have. Well, you guys, I know you guys know my theory. It's just the 3 a.m. lights. That's the problem I have. With the premeditated portion of it. I just feel like if it was premeditated, the handoff would have been somewhere else. It wouldn't have been in their community with all those cameras. It seemed like it was something happened, and people were moving very quickly because that car was only there 3 to 5 minutes before the lights approached it and it left.
But
So
Betty, didn't she
Right.
somehow jam some of those that night cameras?
I don't know. I mean, it's possible. I guess we could probably talk about that aspect of it. Jammers or no jammers. I really don't know. Would they be prepared with jammers? Because it seemed like some people's cameras were recording.
Right.
Her job ability would have given her the knowledge to jam. And she probably thought she jammed everyone, but maybe certain Wi-Fi's let it slide. But I find it weird that, because I thought it was Mob Crew, said they all jammed it close to the same time that exact night.
I don't know if he said, did he say that night, or was it, because he was talking about one that froze up on the Friday before all of this happened?
Yeah, Friday.
Right. And then returned to normal on Tuesday morning.
Yeah, something really odd about that. It seems like, because I think that's what he was talking about when he was referring to, he believes that there was a dry run, which is what made him think that this was premeditated. Am I understanding that correct?
That makes, yes. I might have misunderstood it, because sometimes I am fully.
No, I think he said both of those. I think he said both of those things. I think he said it your way, but I think that was earlier on. And then he did another video that we just watched, day or two ago, where he was clarifying a little bit more. And I believe he said something about a dry run, and it was related to the two cars, because he was the one that's when we got in the conversation about the red Uber driver knowing when they were in the neighborhood and seeing that other vehicle. Now, I got to be honest with you. Everything I see out of that little blip of a light, remember, I always thought that other vehicle was an SUV. I don't know. After seeing that almost does look like a sedan size going by that video.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't see anything but darkness, but I'm blind.
Did anybody else see it? It looks like it's a lot lower to the ground than I had anticipated.
Yes. Agreed.
I mean, I can't see a whole lot with it, but I could see the tires and the bumper, and it looks like it's a lot lower than like an SUV sitting up a little bit higher to me.
Can I correct something? Can I correct something from the chat?
Yeah, go ahead. Jump in anytime.
Seth was at work.
Oh, God.
Come on, you guys. Seth was at work.
Yes, Seth was at work. Seth was at work from I think I had his I have his timesheet in my community tab for anybody that wants to go and check. He went to work at I think he clocked in at, oh good gracious, I don't remember what time it says. And if I say something misspeak, then somebody's going to tear me up. But I remember it wasn't in the middle of the next morning that he clocked out, and it was he clocked out about, I think, 6:30, if I recall, maybe a little later, maybe it was even as late as 7. I can't remember, but I do have his timesheets. He was accounted for the entire night from the 25th into the morning of the 26th. Remember, he was still at work whenever they called him at 6:20. He couldn't answer his phone.
Right.
He was on CCTV, for crying out loud.
Exactly.
Right. And he has his time card as one of those credit card where you have to scan it.
Yeah, and he does. And they have, he said that they have parking, but it's in a secured facility, like a secured area that requires a key swipe. So not only does he have the key swipe going into the building, he also has the key swipe going into the parking garage for his car. So if he left there, he would have had to be literally Houdini, because he would have had to have a cutout for himself on camera, standing still, right? And he'd have to find a way to travel without using his truck. I mean, if you want to look at it that way.
Oh, Lord, Betty, don't mention Houdini. We know who else mentioned that.
Oh
It
yeah,
would.
I know. That's why I said the real Houdini. Like, I mean, we know. Yeah, I listen to some of the stuff Justin's been playing on his channel, Clutch Them Pearls, and he's been picking up a lot of these weird comments. You know, we got to go back to the beginning when he was saying just a week after this child disappeared that they're going to be studying this case for years to come. How do you know?
How do
How do
He
we
did.
you
but
know?
oh,
He did say it.
oh
A
he
week, just, I mean, put this in perspective. Literally a week after this child disappeared, he's making the claims that this is going to be a case that they study for years.
I would think at a week you'd be looking frantically for your kid every day out into the woods, the rivers, the streams. You'd be looking still. That's
Yeah,
that's
you would
my
go to the businesses too and see if you could see camera footage.
Yeah.
something. And I'm still suspicious about their alleged trips out of town.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. I mean, between like,
Mm.
because this is a tight, like that little network of family is very, very tight together, in my opinion. And we've seen Chris and Katie going out of town multiple times, even ones we didn't know about that we learned about, like when we were on when we learned about them going to the motorcycle rally, right? I believe there was other people at that motorcycle rallies that you guys might find very, very interesting and pretty jaw dropping, by the way. But we had them going to those places. Then we have this possibility of them being seen. Now, I'm just going to say this is allegedly. We have no corroborating information. We only know that there was a police report. That's as much fact as we have, that somebody may or may not have seen Chris and Katie in Oregon. So we have travels from them. We know that they went silent, but their camper has been gone, which leads us to believe that they're traveling somewhere and staying in their camper somewhere, or have eventually, had in the past, but they've traveled a lot. Where have they been? I mean, even on March 20th or March 18th or whatever date it was that Nancy Grace had their interview, they were both in a camper while there was major search efforts going on.
I thought that was in a campground next to his work, but my understanding is he never really returned to work. So that's weird.
But they could have been anywhere. We were none the wiser because they could literally have been in Timbuktu with internet. We wouldn't have known. They would have still had the same scenery.
That's true.
Mhm. Yep.
Let me ask you guys something. And I'm going to go down. I'm going to go with reality, Deanna, and then over to SW.
Uh-huh.
Do you believe Chris's truck was in the area prior to him arriving on scene at 1 p.m. on the 26th?
I have to say this. Fire away, Betty. Fire away.
Okay. Do you think he was in the area? Because remember, Elevated Truth stated that
Mhm.
he believes, or he was told by Chris, that the CART team picked up his vehicle, and those a-holes didn't even know it was him. I think the verbatim statement that ET said, but it might not be, but it was somewhere close to that. So, do you believe that his truck was in the area before 1 p.m. on the 26th?
Yes.
Allegedly, and in my opinion, yes.
Yes. Allegedly,
SW?
in my opinion, yes.
SW?
Allegedly, and in my opinion, 100%. Yes.
Okay, so I think, and I do believe he had to. I mean, nothing makes sense without him involved somewhere. I really think that's why we're finding out where he's fitting, because we know he's somewhere. Nobody keeps their alibi that's 3.5 hours away, this top secret, when the mom and stepdad, whether we believe either one of their statements or not, have provided a statement and a timeline.
Right. And then I also take an account with Silvers has two corroborating together on the same that he was on a 4-day that weekend.
Did he ever get that corroborated? Because I was doing my own thing, and
he had two. Yes, two of them
he had
said
two people state that.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, state what?
That he had a 4-day, that he was not working that Friday.
He wasn't working Friday. He was off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and returned back on Monday.
Yes.
That's too convenient.
But listen to this. You want to hear something crazy? Remember the first set of satellite photos that at Night Private Intelligence released? They released a set from Stafford, and they released a set from Enoch. Do you know at 10:30 on February 23rd, there was a black truck around 10:30. It was between 10:30 and 11, observed in the driveway at the Enoch property. And I don't know if anybody else in the family, in his family, owns a dark colored pickup truck that are similar length and body style as Chris's. But if you go back to those very first set, you can see a black truck clearly in their driveway. On the
with the black trunk cover.
Yep.
Oh,
so
he had the tunnel cover on it, huh? Interesting.
But that was on a Friday at 10:30 in the morning when he said he was at work, that he had been to work that week. He hadn't come home that weekend from work.
It's only a 3-hour drive. Why would you?
Don't you find it funny that he would be at his mom's house instead of home?
Yes.
Well, there's something up with that too, and I think that all surrounds, in my opinion, the CPS reports. Why he put it at the house.
Wait, ding, 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 ding. Okay.
Like supporting that he wasn't allowed at the house.
Right.
How would you not know how many CPS reports were against you?
No, he said that he didn't know about them at all in another interview. I'm like, oh Lord.
Yeah, I don't believe that, because as he even told on himself in Smiley's World when he was trying to tell about the story of the belt incident or whatever the incident was. He said, "Oh, it was the same lady that came before."
Yes, exactly.
That identifies there was more than one.
Yes, completely.
And that was out of his own mouth.
I just got to say hi to S-Dubs.
Aww.
Hey. I'm not showing my face tonight.
Oh, that's okay.
I look horrible, but I don't care.
I'm in one of those moods.
It's freezing cold. It's Sunday. I mean, this is our last day before you guys have to, most of the people in the chat have to get up tomorrow and go to work begrudgingly.
Yeah. I feel so guilty. I'm in Arizona. It's like 65. I'm watching the Rams play the Eagles, and it's pigs and chickens there. It looks awful.
Your weather is better than my weather right now in Manatee County. It's been raining. The temperature is starting to drop. Tomorrow's supposed to be an awful day.
This is not supposed to happen in Florida. I live in Volusia County.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't been to Volusia in forever.
Yeah. You live somewhere on the East Coast time?
Yes. Yep.
And that is 100% why you never see me on 6 a.m. calls.
Well, I kind of moved my 6 a.m. stuff to 10. So I'm actually going live at 10 a.m. now for my first show. Unless I'm up ridiculously early, then I'll do a 6 a.m.
And that's usually when the other person I mod for is live.
Oh, gotcha.
I know who she mods for. I watch him.
Yeah.
He's chocolate fineness.
There's when everybody
who's on at 6 a.m.? I thought I was like the only true crimer that's on at 6 a.m.
I don't know. I wake up sometimes and I see that you're live and I'm like, oh, heck no, I'm staying in bed. Gone.
I just want to remind you, you can stay in bed and still listen to Bullhorn Betty. I'm just saying, I know it because I do it to Brittany J all the time.
Right? I've been known to fall asleep on her panel.
I fell asleep the other night. I had popped in there and I'm like, yeah, I just woke up, and she started talking, and I guess I dozed back off. I woke up and it was stuck on her live, but it was over.
She just has that calming voice.
Yeah, and that little cute little chuckle.
Yeah,
I can't even try to do it like her. She's got this, like, I don't know.
And then Justin, he's hilarious. Oh, he's a character.
Yeah, he's a character. You know what's so funny is that when he first started out, I don't think he was as funny as he is today. I've watched him. I remember when we watched him before. I don't know. You got to go back to some of his older stuff. You'll see how much he's grown. But he is absolutely grown leaps and bounds from when I knew him. And I'm not talking about numbers. You know, I'm talking about personality. I'm talking about the explanation, how he goes over. I feel like he's grown so much since I've known him.
He was a little more reserved during the Quentin Simon when he was out there with you. He was. Yes, he was.
Yeah, well, that's because he has to be more reserved because he doesn't know what pocket full of crazy I'm pulling out of. Am I pulling out a mild dose? Am I pulling out a medium dose? Or are we going like, scorch earth here?
Yeah.
Full on bullhorn.
Full on bullhorn. I like that. Oh, good gracious. All right, well, I'm going to go around just one time. Reality, Deanna, and then SW. We're going to end with you tonight. Just tell me whatever you guys would like to. Anything about the case that you find odd, any suspicions, speculations, theories. We're going to go. You guys each get a few moments just to kind of articulate your thoughts of this case.
I still stand my ground that I don't believe he made it home after dinner. And there was a handoff. Where he is now, I don't know. I just want him to come home.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my opinion.
Think he took the trash out?
No, I don't.
I don't either.
Oh, wow. That's an interesting question, SW. Do you think he took the trash out?
I'm not sure. I wouldn't bet my life on it, though.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not sure either, but I'm more on he probably took the garbage out thing. But it could have been, because we don't know what was put in the garbage, and we do know they searched a landfill. So anybody could have put that garbage can out there.
The video that they stated, Seth stated that it was too grainy to see who it was. So can't identify who it was that took anything out to the trash. But I don't believe it was Sebastian.
Gotcha.
But he did get in the car at Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah, yes, he did. We've seen that.
Mm-hmm. I guess my next question on that, I know it's not my turn, sorry.
That's okay. No, I don't. Hey, do what you got. Do you, girl?
Go ahead.
Is there, somebody said that there's footage or sound from her dash cam. They had to know if the dash cam cut off. Where did it cut off? Can you tell where she is at the same time?
I've never seen the footage. I've never heard the footage. I've heard about the footage. But my understanding, I don't want to answer that. I'll let other people answer that.
The information about the footage has been vague to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So.
All right, Deanna, you're up. You're in the hot seat.
This is purely my speculation, just a what if. What if Katie went to bed and maybe she had a nip or two and was sound asleep, and Stepfoot decided to take care of the problem himself. Katie knew nothing about it. She just knew that he wanted Sebastian out. What if she didn't know until when she got up in the morning? And when she found out is when stepfoot got the scratches on his arms from her fingernails.
Hmm.
Why would you forgive him and still be living with him?
Fear.
True. True.
Everything I know, the only thing that doesn't bode with that is everything I know about Katie. She was pretty, you know, she appears to be able to handle herself, I think is the nicest way I can put that.
Yeah,
And
she's
some people pick money and power over
Now
family.
that I believe, because she never had
Yeah.
much of anything growing up. And
No,
so,
That's
it
true.
sounds like she had a horrible childhood.
yep, this is the most she's ever had.
You have absolutely nothing if your child's not home with you.
Well,
Amen.
that's what us normal people think.
Right, and
Amen.
that's her only child also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Big
and
time.
she'll probably never have another child again. And it's just, nor does the guy she's with really want another child. You know, maybe they're,
To me, she's not displaying that she's a panicking mother at all.
No.
was it on Justin's channel that we were just hearing some other stuff, but they were kind of explaining, maybe it was on, maybe that he was replaying, it might have been I know Josh the Lab and Trev, they were having a conversation back and forth, but I do believe there was something that was played yesterday about Chris giving Katie an ultimatum. Their relationship was in the crapper. He wanted nothing more to do with Katie. And I heard it was a lot worse than what we're understanding. Like, Chris was done. He was ready for a divorce with Katie before Sebastian disappeared. Did anybody else hear that?
Yes, and allegedly he told Nina that.
Yes.
Okay, so it was their conversation from the lab. Okay, perfect.
Yes. And then the PI mentioned that they were on the rocks.
Mm-hmm.
And then hasn't a young lady been interviewed that when he was quote unquote at work, he was hitting on her and trying to bring her home with him?
Well, yeah, and remember he has that nickname Scooby Doo.
So
Tony says he'd love to see the PCA for the search of the landfill. I think we all would. You know, I'd love to be the fly on the wall in that war room in their sheriff's office. I mean, I feel like they've got something. I just feel like, you know, I'm hoping, you know, especially because we didn't look at the landfill search as, you know, a possibility of anything other than really Sebastian, or I think the other item was cameras. Like, people were passing around rumors that they were looking for cameras out there. What if they were looking for clothing or cleaning supplies or, you know, something else?
Yeah, something else. Justin just clarified for you what you wanted answered.
Oh, is he? Hey, Justin, it's nice to see you, love. Yes, Edgar was done. I speak with someone who knows Chris very well. Edgar said he was done and ready. To liquefy assets.
That's not good. And,
wow. So he's ready. He's ready for the full split. Figure out what we got. And
he was looking for
so their marriage was literally, she would not be married to this man right now if she continued to have Sebastian.
True. I feel that way too. I feel the same way.
How is that not motive?
True. That's true. Hi, Tony. Tony's in the chat. Brittany was in the chat.
God bless you, Tony, Seth, Sebastian, and all the wonderful creators that's keeping Sebastian's name out in these YouTube streets.
Amen.
I appreciate you all.
I will tell you. I'll tell you that Seth does have good people around him. You know, I don't want to say their names because they're behind the scenes, and if they wanted to be in front of the scenes, they would be. But he's got a good network. But I got to tell you, I think one of his biggest rooters and supporters and just friend is Tony. Like, he really gives a crap about Seth, and I can tell you, I don't know where all the jealousy and rumors came about Tony being this horrible person, because he's done nothing but literally guide Seth in the right direction, and really hold his hand through some very difficult times. And he has done a lot that people will never ever understand or know about. And if they're not there, quite frankly, they shouldn't. They shouldn't, because they're too busy talking crap about him and hurting him as a human being, when he's been such a good man. And not only that, but his wife's had to stand by his side, go through this with him. And you're talking about a very, very sweet lady that had to hear, from these horrible channels that her husband, which travels for sales, is messing with this person or that person. Now, granted, she's got her faith and she's an awesome wife, and I can tell you, but still, can you imagine hearing that? Even with all your trust and love and your partner, I mean, how that has to hurt your heart as a human being. It's sad that this has affected his family the way it has, and he has just tried to help. And you know what? At the end of the day, he has stood by Seth's side despite everything that he's gone through.
It was well said. Yep. It's because we have faith. We stand in our faith.
Yeah.
I am a child of God, and I pray every day
Yeah.
for answers. I pray for the world every day. I pray for all of it. And I want Sebastian to come home.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
we want Sebastian home.
100%.
Well, guys, I want to tell you guys, this is my first panel in over a year.
Aww.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you, guys. You guys got to give yourself a hand. This was fun.
This is my first panel ever.
It sucks the topic. Just brainstorming. I love it.
It was nice meeting you, Betty.
Yes,
nice meeting
Reality
you,
Wins
Deanna.
and Deanna
Thank
and
you.
W. Gosh, I just want to reach through the computer and give you guys a hug.
Well, we want to hug you back and thank you
Me too.
for staying on top of this.
Absolutely. Well, it's because of all of us. It's not just us creators. I mean, if it wasn't for our audience, we wouldn't be talking about cases. We wouldn't be good advocates, because we wouldn't have the audience for it. But because of all of you, even the people, the mods, the panel guests, the subscribers, the members, you guys are the ones that do this for these children. I just want to let you know that it really is you guys more than it is us.
And for those of you who don't know, all of us who mod for every channel we mod for, it's not a paid job. We volunteer.
No, it's a thankless job, and you guys get beat up more than the creator. God bless you.
Be nice to the moderators. Give them love.
Absolutely.
I said
Absolutely.
that. I do have one thing. It was my turn. You didn't get to me. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I'm sorry, SW. I'm gonna kick you out of my chat. I'm just rude. Don't mind me.
No. I am a friend of the blue,
Mm-hmm.
meaning I believe in police and I believe in most policemen are honorable individuals.
Amen.
And my husband works in the field. And I struggle with this case. And why have they not done more? I understand they keep it behind the vest, but you would think that they'd be boasting and bragging about finding something or doing something. It just feels like he's been forgotten. And I'd really understand why.
That is something I think everybody should be pondering and praying for. It's a Sunday, and you make a very valid point.
And
Thanks. Cut you off for a minute.
Good.
No, that was it. Thank you for letting me cut you
I
off.
thought Reality Wins pops in here and said something. I thought Reality.
I wanted to remind everybody that we have been told now by an email by Carter that it is a criminal case. Now keep that in mind, everybody.
And we knew that from day 8.
That's right.
We all knew that from day 8, and we had to argue with all these D-bags for months, explaining that they can call it an investigation, they can call it whatever they want, they can call it freaking ice cream. It doesn't matter. It's still a criminal investigation.
Well, that explains a lot more. Thank you for the reminder, because it does explain a lot more in regards to why nothing's being said.
Mhm.
They can't say anything.
Yep.
Oh,
Tony
sorry.
says Ellie has got this. Have faith, and I have faith because I tell you what, like I've said this many times, Seth is the biggest. You guys think I'm a critic? Seth is a bigger critic than me when it comes to his own son. And when the minute he sat there and had that look and said that he has renewed hope and faith in law enforcement, that renewed my hope and faith in law enforcement as well.
Right. And trusting in what they're doing. They've got this.
Amen. All right, ladies, thank you guys so much.
Thank
You're
you.
beautiful. You have a wonderful Sunday evening, and we will see you guys back. I don't know if I'll go live from bed tonight around 10:30, 11, 12. I might be over in Brittany J's partying it up. I might be in bed sleeping, snoring it up. I don't know. But what we do know is 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, you be here, you be there, or be square. Just saying. Not playing. All right,
And
guys.
be the change you want to see.
Amen. All right, ladies, have a great night. Audience, have a great night. God bless everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., guys. Don't forget. Love you and God bless. From the East Coast to the West Coast, we are everywhere true crime is. We are asking for the public's help. We are searching in the woods. We are doing what it takes here on the Bull. Lisa, were you in the back chat? I just saw Lisa B. Always back in the back chat, and I didn't see you before. Did I completely, utterly ignore Lisa B. Always? Lisa, I'm going to open, if you're in here tomorrow morning at 10, I'm going to open up the my live, and I'm going to bring you up here, and me and you will have a conversation. I just happen to, sometimes it only gives you so many boxes up, and I don't have the full screen, so I don't see the boxes underneath. But when everybody was exiting out of here, I saw Lisa B. Always, and I didn't bring her up on the screen. So I just want to tell you, I love you, Lisa. We will bring you up. I can't wait to hear your opinions on certain things, but I'm very, very sorry I did not see you. I love you, hun. I will talk to you guys later, Gata. From the East Coast to the West Coast, we are everywhere true crime is. We are asking for the public's help. We are searching in the woods. We are doing what it takes here on the Bullhorn Betty channels to find answers to the most alarming cases we have been watching on the news. I can tell you personally that I have traveled this entire country seeking these answers and bringing that content right here to you here on the Bullhorn Betty channels and Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories. We are happy with the work that we've done. We brought many answers to the public, and we have defied mainstream media in our pursuit of the truth in these cases. We will continue to work, we will continue to fight for these victims, and we will continue to tell their stories here on my channels. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty brand of channels and the Coffee Club. Thank you for your love, thank you for your support, and more importantly, thank you for allowing me to bring these victims' stories to each and every one of you, advocating for each of these victims. God bless you, God bless America, and more importantly, God bless our victims.